And it came with the Dark Knight. I watched. Now we know the Dark Knight is 2.5 hours, and it looks so good on this television. I watched that motherfucker 2.5 times already in a matter of 24 hours.
That is a pretty movie.
Yeah, oh man, and let me tell you something. Speaking of best movies, you can call me shallow. You can call me crazy, but
I often do.
You often do, but for this reason, you would actually agree with me right here. You would say, because looking at that, having seen it twice in a row, I'm like, okay, this is one of the best movies of the decade, man. Not comic book movies. This is one of the few perfect movies that I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I compiled a list of the top 10 best films of the decade that I'm working on writing out, and the Dark Knight is one of them easily. But when it came out, we knew that. I mean, it was one of those films that I remember I got yelled at by a bunch of fanboys when I compared it to The Godfather and said that this is the Godfather of this generation, that it was going to catch on, and that it was going to have an impact cinematically and on the culture. And people were like, stop building it up, man. It can't be that good. Oh yeah, we know Dark Knight cures cancer. And then the movie came out and everybody lost their fucking monkey minds, just like we did. Because we just, it's not like we were prophets or anything. It just turned out to be fucking awesome and, melted our ball sacks off. Yeah, it's easily one of the best films of the decade.
Oh my God. I was like, the movie has everything going for it. Forget that it's a comic book movie, man. The direction in this is wonderful. The acting is superb. I mean, the story is tight, and it's 2.5 fucking hours, and I felt every minute of it. Like, some people said it was too long. I was like, man, when I stopped, I was like, this is half my day gone, but let's watch this shit again.
It kind of, it's not as bad as Casino Royale in doing this, but it kind of has a fourth act.
No, it does, and I don't mind that though. I guess some people did mind it, but it had. And I understand what people say, that they thought that like you said, that fourth act just prolonged it a little bit too much. But at that time, we got to delve into another character that was introduced late in the movie, and I found that character pretty fascinating. I found the special effects around that character pretty fascinating. We're talking about Two-Face, and I was like, this is this feels like it's another little movie starting, but I like it. I just love everything about that movie, man. And so, yeah, and watching it on a Blu-ray player on a nice television, and you got to keep in mind, I mean, I've been like a man in the desert for so long. I've been watching this shitty little television that I'm like the guy. I'm like the native that's been living in the Incan jungle, and somebody just introduced like electronic light to me, or a flashlight or something. Like, oh wow, pretty! I can't believe this, and I'm just blown away, man. I'm having the best time in here. Yeah, have you played Arkham Asylum already?
No, I've watched a little bit of it. They're not making it for the Wii, and the Wii is the only third gen platform that I have.
Oh yeah, you love it, man. It's a fun game.